But I'm here with Abby. We're doing a 45-minute virtual burn class. I'm very excited. It's a new sequence and some new music. I did share the Spotify playlist in the chat. If you do, feel free, like you want to follow along. Everyone should be muted, so there should be no overlapping audio. And as always in Spotify, make sure nothing is, it's not on that shuffle setting. Sorry, this is really distracting, but I will be demoing a lot with Abby today just because it is a new sequence. It's 45 minutes, we go right up into the end. It goes pretty fast. So let's just get started right away. I'll count us down with our music, so we won't start just yet, but let's start in a restorative posture. So I like to suggest extended child's pose. If there's something different that feels good for you today to get into, just somewhere to hang out for a minute or two here while we start to ground down and focus on our breath. Yogis, right away, I will offer up that everything I say is optional. You are really your best teacher, so take an honest scan of your body on this Monday afternoon. Focus on where you're holding tension, where might be a little sore. And maybe this might be a mental challenge just as much as a physical challenge. Know that you can adapt, modify, or make any variations of any of these workouts. It's meant to be hard, and that is okay. Push yourself, but pace yourself, really. And know that rest, if you need to come back to take a break, this can be your home base here. Yogis, let's do an open mouth exhale together here. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Take a full inhale, fill up with air, and then open mouth exhale, let it go. Beautiful. This open mouth exhale is what will guide you through practice. It helps release the heat that we build in our bodies. Know that you can take breaks, towel off, grab water at any point. I highly encourage a lot of water today. It's going to be super, super hot out. So again, just listen to your body and take breaks as needed. Working out smart is just as important as working out hard. Yogis, with your next inhale, shift forward to that tabletop position. So stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your knees. I'll start the music in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're following along. Again, I'll have that chat open all throughout class, so if it is difficult to hear me, feel free to pop in, or if you have any feedback and thoughts. But right away, let's start to get into some cat and cows to stretch our spine and chest. So inhale, cow pose, fill up with air, let your heart shine forward. And exhale, cat pose, push your mat away from you, create space. Beautiful, one more. Inhale, cow pose, fill up with air, tilt your tailbone towards the ceiling. Exhale, cat pose, create space between those shoulder blades, tuck your tailbone. Let's do one more just like that. Inhale, cow pose, fill up with air, let your chest expand. Exhale, cat pose, arch your back, bring your chin towards your chest. Beautiful, yogi. Slowly come back to a neutral tabletop position. With an inhale, curl your toes under. An exhale, downward facing dog. Send those hips up high. Push into the L and J shapes of your palms. And then take a moment to find some movement here. Really pedal it out. Get into the back line of your body. Maybe some deep bends in those knees will help charge up the backs of your legs or your low back. If you want to rock weight forward and back, you'll get into your shoulders as well. There was some requests last week for some back and chest work, so we'll be doing a little more of that today, but as always, it's a similar sequence. Down dogs, whenever you're ready, find a little bit of stillness. On an inhale, lift your heels high, bring your chest towards your thighs, and with your exhale, melt them back down. Beautiful. Start to toe heel your feet towards your fingertips, so walk towards the top of your mat behind your wrists. We'll take a ragdoll pose here. Let your torso hang heavy. You can widen your stance any amount that feels comfortable, or bend your knees any amount. If you want to grab opposite elbows with opposite hands, sway from side to side, or rock weight from your heels to your toes. Yogis, if you chose an arm variation here, swap out your grip to bring equal balance and energy to the other side of your body. Maybe shake your head yes and no. Unclench your jaw, soften the muscles in your face, release any tension held in our shoulders here. You made it to your mat. Beautiful Monday afternoon, you got this. And ragdolls, wherever you're at, slowly come to stillness. toe heel your feet together. Bend your knees deeply and come to sit on your mat, on your seat. Yogis, we're actually starting with a little bit of back work today, your low back work. Know that you can take this at any intensity you'd like, but please meet me on your stomach on your mat. Bring your fingers behind your head. It's gonna be for a count of 4 that we're lifting our feet and our chest. So find almost that reverse crunch. Yogis, it's gonna look like this, side to side. It's 1 and 2, and lift, and lift. 1, 2, and lift, and lift. Sorry if it's difficult to hear me, I'll come a little closer. But focus on finding that same depth each side. Let your glutes help lift your legs. Let your legs do the work for themselves. Find a beat or cadence that works for you, and find that same energy and attention on each side. So by lifting your glute, you're helping to lift that heel towards the ceiling. Squeeze your low back muscles to help lift your chest. Maybe even squeeze your shoulder blades together. We're not here much longer. You got this. You're there for 8, 7, 6, 5. Make them Supermans in 4, 3. So everything lifts in 2. And 1. Here you go. It's lift, lower, or you can go at that half cadence if you want to focus on something specifically. It can be a slow rise for 2 and a slow down for 2. Remember to breathe. Just 8, 7, 6, over halfway done. 5, just 4, 3, back to the beginning, and 2, and 1. Start with your legs. It's side, and lift. For 2, this is the last set. We're just doing each of these twice. Feel this in your low back, but protect it by using your core. 8, 7, 6, 5, just 4, 3, Supermans till the end. In 1, here you go. It's a lift, and a lift, or a lift for 2, and lower for 2. Listen to your breath. Use that breath. Almost done. Y'all got this. You're there for 8, 7, 6, just 5, and 4, 3, just stretch it out in 2, and 1. You are done. Yogis, if you want to push back to that child's pose to stretch out your low back, or take any stretches here that might feel good, feel free. And whenever you're ready, roll onto your back. We're starting with just 1 song of belly up core, so no breaks here. Again, interlace your fingers behind your head. Your elbows are wide out of your vision. Basic crunches, we're gonna combine it today. It's gonna be a lift, but bring your knees in tabletop, 2-part movement. Yogis, upper abs looks like this. You lift up, down, and in, and down. It's lift, bring your elbow towards your knee. So you're lifting up, and then you are rather crunching forward, bringing your elbow towards your knee. But again, use your core, not your back here. Your shoulder blades are coming off the mat with control. You can make this as slow or as fast as you want. This is your practice. Remember to breathe. That's the only thing you need to do. Upper abs, yogis, you got this. You're there for 8, 7, 6, and 5. Legs up the wall in 4, 3. Make them reverse crunches in 2, and 1. Legs up the wall. It's lift and lower, lift and lower. So reverse crunches here, your hips are coming off the mat with control. You can do above and beyond like Abby is here, or you can make it super small if you just want to focus on lifting your heels towards the ceiling. Use muscle, not momentum again, so this is complete control. If this hurts your low back, maybe lower leg lifts works for you. Remember to breathe. We are not here long. Lower abs, you got this. You're there for 4, 3, lowering leg lifts, in 2, it's short, I promise. And 1, bring your legs up the wall. It's down, 2, 3, 4. You'll lift up, 2, 3, 4. A lower, 3, 2, 4. And lift, 2, 4. Last one. lower. Beautiful. And lift and stay lifted. Cherry pickers are a right and left, a right and left, also called climbing the rope. So find that same intensity or lift on each side. Your shoulder blade is coming off the mat. Maybe both shoulder blades stay off the mat. We are not here long. You're here for 4, 3 bicycle twists into and 1 bicycle twist. It's a right, center, and left, center. So option to make it a 3-part movement. Option to do just your arms or just the legs. You can extend your arms long, or your legs long rather, or keep them down at your side. Remember to breathe wherever you're at, and exhale as you twist for 8, 7, 6, yes you can, and 5, yes you can. You're there for 4, 3, pulse to the right, in 2, it's short, I promise, in 1, pulse to the right, just for 4, in 3, other side, in 2, pulse to the left, in 1, pulse it left, you're there for 4, and 3, long body stretch in 2, and 1, you're done. Beautiful dedication here. Yogis, by not stopping, once you start feeling your core, that's really when the difference in the growth starts to happen. I once was told we start counting when we start feeling it. So hopefully you're feeling it a little bit, starting to build some of that heat. And whenever you're ready, yogis, we're moving into a squat series. It's kind of a fun squat series, but it is a lot of quad work. I want you to meet me in a sumo squat. So a wide stance here. Your toes are pointed out to the side. Yogis, lower for 2. Yes, lift for 2. Lower and lift. It's lower and lift. And squeeze your glutes at the top. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. Push your knees to the pinky toes of your feet. Open up your hips here. Beautiful. Engage your core. We're adding on as we go, but this is our home base. You're there for 4, 3, you'll pulse it low, in 2, and 1, pulse it low. You can make it as small as you want. Really take a scan of your body, readjust your stance at any point. You're there for 4, 3, hold it low, in 2, it's just a hold, in 1, hold it low, for 4, 3, you'll bring your knees in 2, it looks like this, in 1, side to side, right and left. So almost like a lunge. Make sure you're pivoting on your foot to protect your knee. You're tilting your pelvis. Find any depth that works for you here. You'll really start to feel this in your quads. 8, 7, 6, and 5. Just 4, 3, back to singles. In 2, start at the top. In 1, here you go. It's down for 2, up for 2. Lower and lift. Beautiful. Lower and lift. Yogis, this isn't about how fast we go, it's about where we go. So you can go slower if you want. Focus on opening up your hips here. Remember to breathe, you got this. Just 4, 3, pulse it low, in 2, and 1, pulse it low. It's pulse, pulse, pulse. Beautiful. You got this, so good. You're here for 4, 3, lift your right heel up in 2, continue to pulse. In 1, it's short, I promise, for 8, 7, 6, yes you can, and 5, just 4, 3, swap sides, in 2, left heel lift, in 1, pulse it there, for 8, 7, keep your chest lifted, 6, and 5, just 4, 3, just hold it low. In 2, just a hold. In 1, heel down, hold. 4, 3, bring those knees in 2, and 1. Here you go. So it's right and left. Yes, your quads are burning, I know. We're almost done. You're here for 8, 7, 6, and 5. Less than a minute. 4, 3, we're gonna do singles. In 2, and 1, so back to center. You lift and lower, lift and lower. Squeeze your glutes at the top. This is just as much about your glutes as it is your legs and your hips. Exhale as you lift. You got this. Just for 8, 7, 6, and 5. Just 4, 3, hold it low. In 2, it's the last thing. In 1, hold it low. You're there for 4, 3. You're done in 2, and 1. Beautiful job, everyone. Shake it out. Get some blood flow in your knees, your ankles, your hips. Grab water, towel off. Kind of a fun, interesting song if you're following along. And then yogis, we have about a 4.5-minute arm sequence. So we're gonna get into our arms and our backs, but also our triceps as well. If you have a set of weights, feel free to grab something you would use for your biceps, and then meet me in just basic bicep curls. So palms face up, elbows are in, no weights is also fine here. You can just focus on that muscle. But it's a lift and lower, lift and lower. And you exhale as you lift. Yogis, you can do one arm at a time if you would like. One arm at a time is totally valid for arm workouts to focus on that muscle group. Yogis, straight, strong wrists wherever you're at. Really squeeze your muscle to help it lift towards you. For 8, 7, 6, and 5. Just there for 4, 3, pulse it halfway in 2, and 1, pulse it halfway for 4. For 3, you'll pulse it out in 2, and 1, you'll pulse it out for 4. For 3, rotator cuffs in 2, so you'll stay here. And 1, rotator cuff. It says open and close. Yes, open and close. It's a super small muscle in your shoulder. You can make it just as small as you would like. Find control in this movement. You're holding a lot of weight, no swinging back. You got this. You're there for 8, 7, 6, and 5. Just 4, 3, hammer curls in 2, so back to biceps, and 1, palms face in. It's lift and lower, lift and lower, and you exhale as you lift. Again, always the option, one arm at a time. You are in complete control of those weights. You are lifting them, and you are lowering them back down. And you exhale as you lift when the muscle shortens. Beautiful. Good job. You got this. So good, so strong. Our biceps got this. You're there for 4. Just 3, pulse it halfway in 2. And 1, pulse it halfway for 4. For 3, you'll pulse it out in 2. And 1, pulse it out for 4. For 3, we're gonna do a narrow row in 2 with the tricep kickback. And 1, so in from your hips. This is your row. Kick it back, bring it in, and down. So this is for your back, this is your triceps. Compound movement here. Yogis, hinge from your hips, but engage your core to protect that back. Really squeeze your triceps as you lift. I want your elbows lifted higher than your hips. Squeeze those shoulder blades together with your narrow row. It's just as important. Your back is so strong, it's got this. You can do one arm at a time here, but focus on feeling it. Beautiful. Yes. You're there for 4. Just 3, you'll pulse your tricep kick back 2. And 1, yogis, hold it high. It's a pulse and pulse. Lift and lift. Squeeze, actively squeeze and visualize your tricep. You got this. Just for 4. Just for 3, you'll pulse it in 2. Yes, you can. And 1, pulse it in. You're here for 4. 3, make it a reverse fly in 2, so keep it with your back. And 1, bring it up here. It's an open and in, open and in. Yogis, you can always take a wider stance to help stabilize you, but this is your wingspan, right? Maybe a micro bend in your elbow to not block out your joints, but really squeeze those back muscles, those shoulders together. Just for 8, 7, 6, and 5. You're there for 4. 3, wide arm bicep curls in 2. and one. So pump sticks up and out. It's lift and lower, lift and lower. Find the range of motion that works for you here. Palms are facing up and are flat and straight. Option one arm at a time. You always have options. This is your class. Beautiful. You're there for 4. Just 3. Pulse it halfway in 2. And 1. Pulse it here just for 4. Just for 3. You'll pulse it out in 2. It's short, I promise. In 1. Pulse it out for 4. For 3. Ditch your weights in 2. And 1. Great job. Burning it out. Shake it out. Beautiful job, everyone. All right, we're moving into our split leg series, and we're gonna get our glutes a little bit more with just some basic squats, so not those sumo squats. Meet me in your squat stance. We're gonna add on as we go to find some balance here, but right now just start basic singles. You ready? Yes. Here we go, catch your breath, you got this. It's a lower and lift, lower and lift, and you exhale as you lift. So yogis, this was a very short song. We're gonna be moving fast, but find the integrity in your practice. This is your home base. Always come back to this if you need. Just for 4, 3, pulse it low. In 2, it's really short, I promise. In 1, pulse it low. For 4, for 3, hold it low. In 2, and 1, hold it low. Just for 4, just for 3, come to standing. In 2, and 1. Yogis, it's gonna look like this. It's out and down to the side and down. You kick out and down and side and down. You can point or flex your foot. Work on keeping your chest lifted and your shoulders over your hips. You're gonna feel this in your outer glutes, but you might feel this in your core and low back as well. Remember to breathe. You got this. Just for 8, 7, 6, 5. You're here for 4, 3. You'll pulse it up to the side in 2, and 1. Pulse it up. You're here for 8, 7. Move back to center, and 6, and 5. Kick back. In 4, 3. Yes, you got this. In 2, and 1. Now kick it back. So lift up and in. Lift and lower. So almost like squeezing the shelf part of your glute. Maybe flex your foot to feel the back line of your body here. Make it as high or as small as you want. You got this. You're here for 4, 3. Other side in 2, and 1. So we're gonna do those L shapes again. Right side first or second. So it's side and down and front and down. So yogis, just let that foot hover at the side here. Kind of lift your hips slightly for added intensity. If you do touch it down, bring it back to center. Little to no weight in that leg. Beautiful. Yes, you got it. You're there for 4, 3. You'll pulse it to the side in 2, and 1. Pulse it to the side for 8, 7. Make it that kick back in 6, and 5. You're here for 4, 3. Take it back in 2, and 1. Take it back down and lift, down and lift. Squeeze that glute. You got this. So good. Find the beat. Follow me. You got it. You're there for 8, 7, 6, and 5. You're done in 4, 3. Shake it out in 2, and 1. Shake it out. All right, great job, yogis. We're already into our next song, moving fast here. We're moving into Heisman's and lunges. So start with that right foot in front. Find your lunge. It's down. You'll lift up and down. So land softly on your toes. We're doing one side at a time. Lunge is just a step back, wide enough to find those 90-degree angles in your feet. You're here for 4. Just 3, pulse in your lunge. In, 2, and 1, stay in your lunge and pulse here. For 4, just for 3, you got this. In, 2, make them Heisman, so tilt forward. In 1, here we go. You'll bring it in, just a step back, little to no weight, maybe you're just touching back. Strong standing leg, it should be all warmed up, prepared for this, you got this. Just 8, 7, 6, and 5, you're there for 4, 3, shake it out, in 2, take a moment, and 1, take your breath, side to side, catch your breath. We got the other side to do, same sequence here. So set up your lunge, your left foot is forward, your right foot is back. Make sure it's long enough to get those 90-degree angles. So it's lower, you'll lift up, and lower, you'll lift up. So you're using your abs here to pull your knee towards hip right. You're landing with control on that back foot. For 8, 7, 6, 5, just 4, 3, stay in your lunge. In 2, you'll pulse it down. In 1, find your lunge, pulse, pulse. Beautiful. Avoid leaning forward, keep your shoulders over hips. For 4, 3, make them Heisman. 2, and 1. Here we go. Bring it in. Beautiful. Yes. Strong standing left leg. You got it. Push yourself, pace yourself. Almost done. Remember to breathe. You're there for 8, 7, 6, and 5. You got this. Just 4. Just 3. In 2. You're done. In 1. Shake it out. Take it side to side. Catch your breath. Maybe grab water, towel off. Great job, everyone. A lot of moving around here. Props to you for showing up for yourself. All right, yogis, one thing that hasn't changed, you're probably like, this girl's changing everything. One thing that hasn't changed is cardio. I really like my cardio song. I really like my cardio sequence. If you've done the class before, it is that boxing sequence. But you will know that it is 4 minutes, so push yourself, pace yourself. We only do cardio once. You can always come back to a step toucher to side to side. My only rule is that you keep moving in some capacity to keep that heart rate up, but keep your head over your heart. Avoid any inversion, so coming back to child's pose is probably not the best idea. Open up exhales for cardio. If it feels good for your toes and ankles right now, meet me in your jump rope side to side. I'll demo the boxing sequence. If you haven't already done it, we're starting with our right side first. Yogis, it's a jab, a cross, and a duck. Maybe now more than ever, this is important. A little bit of self-defense. So yogis, start to bring your right side forward. I want you to tuck your chin to protect your face. Maybe even hunch your shoulders. Ready? Really? Ready? Here we go. It's jab, cross, duck. Jab, cross, duck. Yes. So when you're ducking, it's almost low enough that if someone's swiping, you'll dodge it, right? Beautiful. Yes. Bring it back to your face. Your jabs are quick. That's why it's called a jab. You're crossing the midline of your body. You're exhaling. Pivot on that back foot. Just for 4. Just for 3. Jumping jacks. In 2. Just jumping jacks. In 1 to the side. It's up and up. Again, you can cross your feet in the middle or take it step touch side to side. Yogis, your arms are engaged. You're not just flailing. They're not just there. Everything is engaged here. For 4. For 3, butt kickers. In 2, to the front. In 1, butt kickers. So bring it up, or up, and up. Wherever you're at, rock your weight forward. Your knees are in line with your chest. Bring your heels to your glutes. These are butt kickers. Feel your hamstrings. For 8, 7, 6, and 5. Just 4. 3, low jack. In 2, to the side. In 1, in short, I promise, low jack. Get low. Use your quads. Side to side is fine too. Engage your core. Just for 4. And 3, jump your rope. In 2, back to center. as mental challenge as it is a physical challenge. Start to pivot to bring the left side forward. Hands up. You ready? Jab, cross, duck. Jab, cross, duck. Get low. Use your quads. They're all warmed up. Your legs can carry themselves. They're fine. Protect your face. Your money maker. Protect your teeth, everyone. Just for 8, 7, and 6, and 5. You're there for 4, 3, jumping jacks, in 2, to the side, in 1, jumping jacks, up and up. Almost done. Land lightly on your toes. Beautiful, you got this. For 4, for 3, come to the center. In 2, working that boxing day. In 1, to the center. So almost like jumping your rope. Keep your arms going. You should feel this in your shoulders. Finish it strong. You got this. Just for 4. Just for 3. Hit in the other direction. In 2. And 1. Other side. Switch. Yes. So good. So strong. Keep that heart rate up. Come on. You're punching something. Just for 4. And 3. Jump your rope. In 2. Slow it down. And 1. Jump your rope. For 8. 7. And 6. And 5. You're done in 4. You're done in 3. Grab water towel off in 2. And 1. You're done. Great job, everyone. That is not an easy sequence. A lot of boxing. A little different. Catch your breath. Slow it down. Full inhales and exhales here. Think of an intention, maybe something you set. Yogis, this is our recovery series. In the studio, this is where we use that thin red band. If you want to use a light set of weights, you can do so. Know that you don't have to. We're gonna get our chest and our triceps a little more here. Yogis, meet me in a chest press, so 90-degree angle. Your wrists are on top of your elbows. Chest press, one arm at a time. We're all together. Here we go. It's a lift and lower, lift and lower. And you exhale as you lift. Beautiful, yogis. So let your shoulders help you out here. Let your chest punch those weights towards the ceiling. Option 1 arm at a time. Straight, strong wrist. You're exhaling as you lift. Catch your breath. Slow it down. You got this. You're there for 8, 7, just 6, and 5. Overhead tricep extensions. 4, and 3, and 2. So meet me here in 1. Up here. It's a lower and lift, a lower and lift. So yogis, prioritize that narrowness with your elbows. You're exhaling as you lift up with control. That's when this muscle, your triceps, shortens. Option 1 arm at a time or no weights at all. Remember to breathe. We're not here long. You got this. You're there for 4. Just for 3. Make it an upright row in 2, so you'll come back to front in 1. So meet me in front here. It's a lift and lower, lift and lower. And you exhale as you lift. Hold narrowly on the front of your body. Find that same distance. Pretend like you're in that row machine, right? Use your core. Stabilize everything. For 4. For 3, alternating lateral lifts in 2, such a weird name, and 1, so it looks like this. It's lift and lower, and lift and lower. So these are lateral lifts, and the fact that they're going in a different direction is what makes them alternating. Know that you can do just out at the side if you want, or 1 arm at a time. You should feel this in your shoulders. We're almost done here. For 8, just 7, and 6, and 5. You're here for 4. Just 3 bicep curls in 2, and 1. So meet me here. It's a lift and lower till the end. It's not much longer. You're here for 4. In 3. You're done in 2. And 1. Beautiful job, everyone. Shake out your hands. We are not using our weights for the rest of class, so if you have them near you, feel free to move them out of your way, get a little more space in. Let me see what we are heading into. We're heading into some bridge glutes. So meet me on your back, on your mat. It's a short song. Again, all these are short songs. This is a 45-minute class. But glute lifts, press into your heels, lift your hips. Elbows can be here or here, but it's lift, lower, or lift and lower. So you choose your own adventure. Where do you want to focus your energy? Double time, half time, totally valid options. You're just going to feel it somewhere else. Wherever you're at, squeeze your glutes whenever your glutes are at the top. Let your heels and quads help you lift off the mat with control. Bring your chin up your chest. You got this. You're there for 4, 3, pulse it up in 2, and 1. Little pulses up. It's pulse, pulse, pulse. Yes. Remember to breathe. Catch your breath here. You're there for 4, 3, hold it high in 2, and 1. Hold it up. You're there for 4, 3. You're going to open your knees in 2, and 1. Looks like this. It's open, in, open, in. Yes, yogis, this would be, if we were in the studio, maybe that red band would help. We feel it in our outer thighs. Keep those hips lifted. You got this. You're there for 4, 3, hold it up. In 2, it's just a hold. In 1, hold it up. Squeeze your glutes. Really feel it. You got this. So good, so strong. You're there for 4, 3, kick your right leg out in 2, and 1, right leg out. You'll pulse up, up, pulse. Little pulses here. You got this. Just for 4, 3, left leg out, in 2, swap sides. In 1, right leg down, left leg out. Pulse it up. Same energy and attention as the other side. You're here for 4, 3, in 2, come to center, and 1, just hold it up. For 4, 3, back to singles, and 2, last set, and 1, lift first, it's a lift, and lower, or a lift, and a lower, here you go, just 8, and 7, and 6, and 5. You're done in 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Great job, everyone. Massage your low back on the mat, maybe windshield wiper your knees, any amount. We have one last sequence, you guys. We're almost done. It's very short, less than 3 minutes, but it is a plank series. We're starting with side planks, so please come on down to your forearms for side plank. We're doing hip dips here. So left or right side, commit to 1, hip dips, send your hips high. Here you go. It's lower, lift, or lower, and lift. Yogi, stack those shoulders. So one shoulder is on top of one another. You're pressing your hips up towards the ceiling with control. We're not here long. Y'all got it. You're there for 4, 3, forearm plank in 2, and 1. Come to center, forearm plank. Just a hold. If you're on your knees or your toes, really hug up on your kneecaps. Charge your heels to the back of the room. Remember to breathe. Push that mat away. You got this. Just for 4. Just for 3. Other side in 2. And 1. Rock down onto that other forearm. Hip dips lower. Lift, lower, and lift or lower. And lift. This is a choose your own adventure for pacing, right? Find a cadence that works for you. Bump your hips towards the ceiling. Use your breath. Find your beat. Y'all got it. So good, so strong. You're there for 4, 3, forearm plank in 2, and 1, forearm plank. Come to center. Knees or toes. Remember to breathe. Use your core. You're there for 4, 3, push up the plank in 2, and 1, push up, stay up, come down, stay down, come up, so it's up for 2, and down for 2. Push up, stay up, come down, stay down, you got it. Push up, almost done, you can do it. Come down, stay down. You're there for 8, 7, 6, 5, just 4, 3, you're done in 2, and 1, lower all the way down. Great job, everyone. Playing around with that plank series, let me know what you thought. Yeah, thank you so much for working out with us. This is the fun time. This is where we get to stretch. We have a few minutes here. When it feels right, swing your legs around to come out in front of you. I like to take a seated forward fold always for our hips, hamstrings, low back. So send your legs out long. Yogis, with an inhale, reach your arms above you. And with your exhale, hinge from your hips. Send your chest towards your thighs, any amount here. Yogis, you worked so hard for this rest and stillness. This is just as much a part of the growth process as moving is. Work on returning to that natural breath. With your inhale, slowly rise up to center. And exhale, lower all the way down onto your back, 1 vertebra at a time. We'll take supine figure 4 or supine half pigeon. So bring one of your ankles across your knees. If you'd like to interlace behind your thigh or shin to bring it towards your chest, you might feel it in your glute a little more. There's a force that's trying to drag me down. If you go, then I'm going with you. And then yogi, slowly release behind your thigh. If you did, we'll take an easy spinal twist here. So bring that crossed leg over across your body here. Any amount. Just letting gravity do the work here. And yogis, slowly guide yourselves back to center. We'll take that supine figure 4 or supine half pigeon on the other side. So bringing your opposite ankle across your other knee. If you want to interlace behind that thigh or shin, feel free to bring it in on this side. Figure 4s, you can release behind your thigh. If you want to take that easy spinal twist, just drop that crossed leg down towards the floor, any amount. Again, letting gravity do the work here. Yogi, slowly guide yourself back to center. Bring both knees into your chest. Curl into a little ball. Stretch out your low back here. Give yourself a big hug. Maybe bring your forehead towards your knee. Fill up with air, maybe the biggest inhale of all class. And then exhale, release, final shavasana. This is the point we always look forward to at the beginning of class. You made it here. We'll be here for about a minute, yogis, and I will guide us out when it's time. Yogis, you can stay here as long as you would like. This mindful stillness might be the only mindful stillness some people get in this crazy world that we're in right now. And it might be more important now more than ever. Working out smart is just as important as working out hard, so always taking that honest assessment of how you are feeling, that awareness of yourself is just as much a part of working out. Yogis, if you'd like to continue with the rest of your Monday, take some full inhales and exhales. Start by deepening that breath. Soften the muscles in your face any amount. Unclench your jaw. Yogis, if you'd like, with an inhale, find a long body stretch. And with your exhale, finalization, fetal position on either side of your body, using your bicep as a pillow. This comforting posture can make us feel kind of nostalgic. It's kind of where we go if we are sick or sad, or maybe to go to sleep. So take comforting thoughts with you. Know that you can leave things that don't serve you on your mat, things that are too heavy to carry. Yogis, if you'd like, with an inhale, slowly push up to a seated position facing towards the front. You can keep your eyes closed or soften. Maybe call to mind what brought you on your mat today. Do we work out of a celebration of what our body can do, or do we work out of guilt of what happened over the weekend? Forming habits out of celebration and self-love are much more sustainable and empowering, and it sounds so cheesy, and it actually does work. Trust me. That self-deprecation can only get you so far. Yogis, if you'd like to bring your hands to heart center and your thumbs to your hearts for kindness in our actions, thumbs to our lips for kindness in our words, and thumbs to third eye center for kindness in our thoughts, most especially towards ourselves. Bowing forward, we seal in our practice today. Namaste.